Got the fenders out the panel then, rear fenders, front fenders. We're going to start out with the front ones. Rear ones, we don't know if they're good enough yet. We're going to see if we can weld some patches and stuff. First thing on these, headlight trims. When you're looking at them, you're like, oh my god, how the hell does this work? Well, ours is missing a screw, so it really would confuse you because there's actually supposed to be a screw in here. So what we need to do on these is you just pry them out little by little. Take it easy so you don't bend them. And once you get them popped up enough, it takes time, don't bend them because they're expensive. Once you get it popped out, and just lift it and slide it forward. There's a little clip in there. That little clip actually goes down inside and clips down in here. So that's what holds it on. And then that's it. Now we gotta pull these screws right here. And you can see why the screw's missing is because this assembly is actually rusted right off. There should be a little piece of metal that comes around here. I'm gonna screw it through it. So we're gonna see if we can clean these up. They look like they're in really good shape. The seal's just a little shot around there. And I don't know if we can buy just seals or not. We're gonna try. Tonight's gonna be checking everything out, seeing what we can get for these and stuff, but we got to get this stripped, find out where the bad spots are, what we can weld in, if the fender's even going to be good. It looks to be really good, but you never know until you start getting underneath it. I got to grab a Phillips here. We're going to start taking the rest of the holding brackets out. Now of course these are all 6-volt. So we either got to convert them or we got to find new ones. Hopefully we're just going to find new ones. Pretty simple from here on out if the screws come out. Oh my god. It's a good sign. Don't pull these screws. These are just adjustment screws. These are actually pull the housing in for the headlight. Not bad after 70 years. I think that's why that little, that's why I kind of think this is going to be real important. I mean, when we put them back together, usually everything we put back together, we use anti-seize on it, so the stuff doesn't seize back up. That little seal kept all the water and crap out of there. So the screws come out, and that's a real nice feeling. And of course, what we do when we take these things apart, we bag and tag everything. And I'll tell you what, even if you want to replace them, which we're probably going to do because these are pretty, they look pretty shitty, they're pretty old. But if we bag and tag them, when we go to the store to get whatever, we take the whole bag. It's marked and labeled. We know exactly what screws we need, how many we need because we took them all out of there. And boom, you're in and out of the store, you got everything you need. And one of the things we've learned is some of the hardware stores charge you by the piece, and it gets pretty expensive. So what we've been doing up here, our local store is Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply, you buy all this stuff by weight, and I'll tell you what, for $3-4, you get a hell of a lot of screws. Where the hardware store will charge you anywhere from 8 cents to 25 cents a piece. Well, that gets real old in a heartbeat.
If I grab another screwdriver, I can probably push it through behind here.
Okay. Put more pressure on that again. No. Let me see your screwdriver. that's all there is to it. They said we're going to end up replacing them because I'm sure they're all 6-volt. Well, these might have been redone one time. Wagner Halogens, they didn't have them back in the 50s. So, get this stuff bagged and tagged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 8. We actually only have 5 in there. So somebody's had it apart at one time. I'm sure the factory didn't miss that many. So that's the beginning of that. We're going to flip her over and start getting some body work done on it and see what we got. Headlight assembly's out. We can tell there's body putty on this. So we're going to knock this down and see what we got here. See if we can patch it or if we got to buy a whole new panel and try to weld it in. Brand new grinder from Harbor Freight. Bauer. Pretty decent, heavy built. First time we're trying it out. We'll let you know the review on that and see how the heck this goes. Believe it or not, it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be. So, we're going to continue to clean this up nice and cut that piece out, weld another piece in there, and then I think we're going to have to take the sandblaster to the bottom part, see what we can get out of this. But that side looks like it's fixable. How much you say the part was for this one?
400 plus $100 shipping.
Yeah, so you're talking $500 a fender. So we can put a $20 piece of metal in there, probably $10 piece. We'll be good on that. So now we're going to go over to this other side, check this other side. We want to make sure the fender's good before we start putting any kind of patches on there. The rest of it's got a little bit of nicks, a little bit of surface rust. But we're going to take another grinder and work on that. Sharp edges are getting the grinder. We're going to have to change that wheel out. But we bought a whole bunch of these wheels at auction dirt cheap. So we really don't care. Now that we know what we got here, we can actually blast this a little bit, clean it up. This fender's usable. We're going to save ourselves $500 by reworking this fender. That is a big savings. You got 2 of them on a car, so that's $1,000. Hopefully we can save the other one. We already started messing with the other one. That one seemed like it's pretty good. And I kind of take it over there and show them that one, huh? So this one we kind of just started stripping a little bit. And it got dusty in here. But we know we got a bad spot here. It's no big deal. Pretty small. And down here, just surface rust. Do a little sandblasting, a little bit more cleanup on that. Put a couple patches in. Put $1,000 back into her pocket. It's gonna be good when it comes to motor time because we're gonna put a nice motor in here. We're not gonna go cheap. So we're gonna keep working on these pieces, get them cleaned up, and we'll show you next step, welding in the patches here. But first we gotta get all this paint stripped off so we see exactly what we got, and might have to start up a sandblast and do a little blast. And we want this really clean, really nice when it's done. I'll put a little zinc chromium on, a little acid etch, and one fender at a time, one rusty bolt at a time. It's like we always say, takes time, takes effort, worth it in the long run.